Hi, Naomi Suzanne from Naomi's Home Health. It's really important that we have a good support system at home. So I want to know, how supportive is your support system? Drop in the comments if you wish to share if you have a good support system at home. Or it doesn't have to be in the home. You might have a friend, your mum, your dad, someone that you don't live with, but do you have people around you that are supporting you through this health journey? Drop it in the comments. Let me know who it is, well, if you have it or if you don't have it. I'm really interested to know, because my mum was my support system. And I think because, your mum has her intuition, and she knows when there's something wrong with you. Just like, if you have children, you generally know when there's something wrong with them. And it's really hard for other people to I've discovered that it was really hard for other people to empathize with how you feel, because they weren't with you all the time, or you might go for a coffee with a mate and you're trying to tell them how you feel and they're just like, they just don't get it. And it's not that they don't want to get it. Some people don't want to get it, they don't care, but other people, they just can't understand because they've never felt the way you've felt. And it's really difficult to describe. And sometimes it's like, you're saying you can't come out for dinner today, or you can't go here, or you can't go there. You might be telling your kids you can't go play with them, whatever it is. And they start to wonder if you're actually sick. They start to wonder if you're just trying to get out of doing stuff with them, or maybe you're just depressed. You're going to the doctor and they're saying your blood levels are fine, your bloods are coming back normal, there's nothing wrong with you, it's probably just depression. So you feel kind of alone. And I'd love to know if you have some kind of support where someone can empathize with you, or they can just say that they believe you. So, use this group as your support system if you don't have it. I know it's not the same as somebody that you know, but if you want to find somebody in this group, whether they're in your area or in the same country as you or the same time zone as you, and you can have a chat with them on the phone. So if you need that support system, put it in the comments and tell me where you're from, so somebody else can support you, or you can support each other, or you can talk about what it is that you need to know. I don't want people jumping on here that is trying to sell somebody something. If you're going, it's got to be a genuine support. I don't want someone coming in here going, I'll support you, and then you give them a phone call and you try and get them, you sell them something, or you're trying to get them to be, if you might be a natural health expert and you're trying to get them on board with you. If that happens, you will be kicked out of the group. I don't want that. I want genuine support where you can be a friend of this person, where you have to have the condition yourself, so you can support them and understand where they're coming from. If you don't have that support system, or you want to support someone, drop it in the comments. Let me know, or let everybody else know where you are and how you can just chat about it. Or even if you just want to message each other, that's fine. But I feel like, a lot of people in this group lack that support. And I know I did at times, because it's hard to explain how you feel. It's hard to get yourself out of that I don't want to go anywhere stage. Your body's changing, you feel like crap, and you just generally have no motivation. You don't want to go out and be friendly with people or pretend that you're all happy, because even if you are happy, sometimes it's even hard to portray that, because your energy and your vitality is so low. I would go out and I would be having a good time, but to show it on my face, it was like this. And people be like, oh God, she's never even having a good time. Something like that. Sometimes you just can't get it off your face or out of your energy, your aura. You can't bring yourself to show that you're having a good time, even if you are, because it just doesn't show in your energy field. And, sometimes you need somebody that you can chat to that gets it. But, try and be open with the people that you live with. Talk to them about it. I understand that I look like I'm not having a good time, or I understand that you might think that I'm always sick and I don't want to do stuff, or I'm trying to get out of doing stuff, but it really isn't like that. And I can't explain to you how it feels, and I understand you don't get how I feel because you're not in that situation, but just know I want to be healthy. I want to feel better, and I am working towards that. If you could help me and just understand that that is where I'm at, just understand, just tell me that you get it, or that you want to help me, or that it's okay, we're going to get through this together, then it's going to help that energy with you and your motivation. If you don't have someone that even wants to understand, you have that conversation and they're just frustrated with you, or they just don't give a shit, because there are those people, reach out and don't focus on that. Don't worry about that. Focus on you. Let everyone else go and focus on you, because you can't force someone to get it. You can't force someone to be empathetic. You can't force someone to sympathize with you. You have to just go through it yourself, and it sucks. It does. But if you can find someone that you can resonate with, that would be awesome for you. Message me. I don't mind. Just be in contact with somebody. I can tell you here, I feel you. I get it. I know exactly where you were. You're not going to go to a doctor and have them really, really want to help this person who's desperate, that comes to me twice a month and says, help me, because sometimes they just don't get it, or they don't have the time to get it, or they don't have the energy because they've got so many patients in the same area or the same field or with the same problem. We can't expect people to change how they feel or who they are because of what we are going through. And if that's the case, find people who do. Find people who get it and get that support. And, sometimes the amount of chat you have with people is not going to make a difference. So let's work out who can support each other. Get a buddy. Pick a buddy in the group and work with it. Just one-on-one. You don't have to have 10 buddies. Just pick one person that you can resonate with, that's in your time zone, so you can have a chat. You can get on a Skype or Facebook Messenger or text message, whatever it is, just so somebody can say to you, yep, I feel the same way too. That is how I feel, and this is what I do, or this is what I'm working towards. You can bounce off each other, get that support system, because it's really, really important. But if that's not something you want to do, or you can't do, or you don't want to reach out, and you don't have a support system, people aren't understanding you, focus on you. Don't worry about them. Forget it. Just forget it. And I know it's hard. Trust me, I know it's hard when people don't get it, but they don't need to get it. Unless they're giving you a lot of hell because you can't work, or because you can't do this, or because you can't do that. But people who don't live with you or who aren't important to you, don't worry about it. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to make you feel better by worrying about it. It's going to make you feel worse. So just focus on you and how you can help yourself, how you can support yourself emotionally and mentally, and how you can motivate yourself. Use those people as a motivation. I'm going to show you I'm going to get better, and I am getting better. I'm doing something every day to help myself, because as long as you're doing something, you're going to improve. It's not going to happen overnight. Don't expect it to happen overnight. But as long as you're doing something to help yourself, then you're working towards it. You might not feel good today, but you felt good yesterday. That's okay. You're going to have days where you're not feeling good. Don't get upset with yourself. Just say, you know what? I'm going to give myself what I need. I'm going to eat well. I'm going to rest if I need to, or when I can. I'm going to go to bed early. I'm not going to worry about the washing up, or whatever it is that you constantly worry about that you haven't done. Forget it. Look after yourself, and hopefully then that will fill into the next day, feed into the next day, and the next day you might feel a little bit better. So just switch off what it is. Don't worry about all the stuff that you need to do, or the people you need to convince, or whatever. support yourself, give yourself what you need, and you will start to really improve. Because as long as you're worrying about other people, that is a stress, and that is something we're trying to avoid. Worry about you, work on you. Yes, you need to work on your emotions. You have to. You're not going to get better if you're only working on the physical. You do need to work on the emotions. And I've said to people in this group, I feel like you need to, have you done emotional healing? And they go, yes, I have. And you can tell by their reaction that they've got a little bit more to do. It's a work in progress. I still work on myself. I still do the things I need to do. I still have my days where I think, well, I don't feel the best today. And it's usually an emotional thing. It's not the physical. I do the physical really, really well. It's probably the emotional, and I've got to go, okay, yep, this person triggered me, and this is why, and I allowed that, and now I need to work on releasing it. So work on the emotional and mental health of yourself. Don't worry about other people. So drop in the comments if you need that support. Let each other know where you are, and I hope that you can have a good discussion with someone that you need to. And if it doesn't work out, work on yourself.